I just like don't love the notion and statement that the gay culture or the LGBTQIA culture is centered around partying. And I would even go as far as to say that if you break down that idea, it's not just about the partying, right? For example, obviously we have to go back to like when we weren't accepted, even though we still really aren't, and like whatever. And there have been gay people around for a longer time than what I'm about to explain. But ballroom culture, right? It wasn't about this notion of partying with alcohol or it was about the idea of liberation. It was about the idea of dancing, that kind of partying, right? And when you look at it today, it surrounds a lot of things that aren't alcohol. Why am I whispering that word? Alcohol or drugs, right? It's about dancing with each other. It's about meeting queer people, right? Because a lot of people meet at queer bars because there are plenty of places where you can meet queer people, but it is a main staple of where you can meet them, right? Okay, so it's a social center. It is a social circle. Bars here have a lot of televisions. Bars everywhere. Okay, queer bars everywhere have televisions, right? Because they're playing music videos. They're playing bits of movies about queer culture. Okay, it's centered around entertainment and media. Same thing with the music. They are playing things, and some people, it's not, this isn't about the discourse about good or bad DJs, okay? But regardless, they are playing queer centric music. And some of those people aren't even queer themselves. They just happen to be queer adjacent and people that we have chosen to kind of put on a pedestal of queer stuff, right? Like, for example, I don't think she's ever said she's come out. Britney Spears. I don't know why that's the first example I can think of right now. Well, Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is straight, right? But like she is part of queer music and things like that, if that makes sense. So when people say it's about partying, no, like what you are doing with it and what you are centering around it, I'm sorry to say, is that you are the one putting yourself in that position. Queer culture isn't even just about the stuff that I even talked about with the bars and the music and it being centered around entertainment and media, which is why they like throw housewives and drag race parties, things like that. We are so much more than that, and it's not even the center of us. So it can get really frustrating when you hear that thing a lot. Like there's more out there for queer culture than alcohol